Welcome to Intuitive Flow, hosted by me, Mikaela Filar, intuitive energy healer and mindset mentor. You've landed in the space you need to be to hear the no bullshit truth about how to actually manifest the life that you crave. This is the podcast that's here to shake you awake. It's time to unapologetically step into the woman you came here to be, the one who effortlessly attracts everything she desires. Let's flow. Hey guys, welcome back to Intuitive Flow. In today's episode, we are going to get into some lessons that I've learned in 2025. Happy New Year. And if you celebrate Christmas, Merry Christmas. I hope you had an incredible Christmas with family and loved ones and friends, or friends that feel like family, whatever it is. I hope you had an incredible celebration. And if you are listening to this before the end of 2025, I hope that you have an incredible New Year's. And this is just some lessons, like an easy, quick episode with a few lessons that I learned in 2025 that I feel like maybe will help you guys not make the same mistakes that I did in 2025. Listen, 2025 was an incredible freaking year. And honestly, like, it's hard to imagine what 2026 will, like, how it's going to top 2025. Like, think about it. My business blew up in 2025. I got engaged in 2025. I really did I just really embodied this version of myself that I've been journaling about for years, and like things that were on my vision board have come into fruition. Like they do every year, but this year, like a lot of them did, like to a scary specific, I don't know, like it was on my vision board and it happened, like it was the exact picture, and then it exactly happened in my real life. And I just think that it was such an incredible year, and it was so exciting. I did a lot of traveling, and it was just a really fucking good year. And I'm like sitting here, I'm like, oh my God, like of course it's going to get better, but like how amazing. Like, and I'm not, I'm saying this because for years I've been dreaming about the things that I have now, and I know what it's like to like not have those things, and to really want what you want, to want the change that you want for your life. And I don't know, I feel very grateful, and I feel very blessed. And I also still did learn some lessons this year. So despite all of the incredible things that have happened for me this year, there were a few things that I learned that I am really excited to share with you guys today. And this is going to be a little bit more of a vulnerable episode, but I know that the most vulnerable episodes are the best ones, and they resonate with you guys so much. And I love that. And like I said, I hope that you can take what I've learned and apply it into your own life and remember it if and when these things maybe come up for you. So I've just got 3 lessons in for you that like really stuck out to me from 2025. So the first one, and I know this sounds, it's like, duh, of course, but it's just fucking trust yourself. Like trust your intuition, trust your higher self, trust when you get those intuitive, like yes and no's in your body, like we know what that feels like. If it's a yes, it feels very expansive, very light, very matter of fact. If it's a no, it feels very contracted, very like heavy chest, maybe hard of breathing, maybe like just like your whole body just goes, you know what I'm saying? But trust yourself. And the reason that I say this is because not trusting myself has led me to having to learn lessons that I didn't necessarily want to learn, but like obviously everything is on purpose for a purpose. And had I not learned these lessons, then I wouldn't be where I am at today, and I wouldn't be able to share them with you guys, and I wouldn't be able to help you in your lives. So like I said, I hope this helps you guys in some way, shape, or form, but like trust yourself. Like no matter what, no matter if it's illogical, no matter if you think there's no better option. And the biggest like way that I learned this year, there's always like one time a year, I'm realizing this is a pattern of mine where I go against what my higher self says. And I should know this by now. Like, always trust your higher self, always trust what your intuition tells you, even if it doesn't make sense to you logically in that moment. Like, trust it because it's always going to end up better than you could have ever imagined when you do trust yourself as opposed to trying to logic your way out of things or into things for my in this instance. But I mean, in kind of like the middle of the year, you guys know that I was offered a job working as an intuitive, so still doing what I do, but like under a different umbrella, under a different brand. And it was somebody who I have been mentored. Like, she taught me everything that I know as far as like intuition and self love and self image goes. And so when I got the offer, I was honored. And I was like, oh my gosh, like this is literally going to expedite everything that I've been trying to do by myself. And it's also going to give me a sense of like community and like people to build with and alongside of. And I said yes, even though when I intuitively looked in, I got a big fat no, like, don't do it. Like, you will regret this. And then I was like, well, how would I regret this? I was trying to logic my way out of it and was like, there's no way that I would regret doing this. Like, this is going to be so good. I did like I did the T chart and I did the plus and the minuses. And on the plus side, it like way outweighed all of the negatives. And I was like, okay, this is going to be like really good for me. And I logicked my way out of it. Right. And I joined the team and I was the more I was in it, and like I was in it for 3 months. Okay. I did it for 3 months and then we both decided it was like not the best fit. And I am just meant to be my own boss and not work for anybody. And I think that I just thought that like things would be different because I didn't feel I wasn't going to feel like I was working for anybody and I would still be able to kind of do my own thing. But like that was just not the case at all. It was completely like ditching everything that I had spent the last 2 years building and going all in on this other person's brand. And I didn't think that I was going to have such a hard time letting go. But let's be so for real. Like, my business is literally my child. And I've birthed it from zero to a 6-figure business. And thinking that like I should just let it all go and fully go under someone else, like I truly don't know what I was thinking. And I should have listened to my intuition, but I didn't. And because I didn't, it just like it was like kind of a roller coaster of emotions and a roller coaster of like going through things that I didn't need to do because I made the decision that I made logically as opposed to intuitively. So if there is like an opportunity that comes to you that seems too good to be true, but it makes you, it's not like fully authentic to you. You're not fully able to like be and do what you want to be and do, then it's probably not the right thing. Like the money, the recognition, the whatever you think that saying yes to the thing is going to give you, like if your intuition is telling you no, there there's probably a reason. And you might not be able to understand what it is now, but eventually you will. And the more that I was working with that brand and company, the more I realized like I had made the wrong decision and I had gone against like what my higher self told me to do. And I knew why as the time went on. And nothing bad about the company. Absolutely love her still. We're still friends. Like everything was good and like it's fine. And also, I just like am meant to be my own boss and I'm meant to have my own brand and do things the way that I want to do them and not being in charge like of what I was doing and to be told what to do and when to be places and all of that, like I just realized I was like, whoa, like this is not for me. And I was like working way more than I ever did when I was just doing it on my own. And obviously wasn't able to like make my own schedule because like it had to fit their time zone. And like it was just a big change. It literally went from like 50% to like 110%, or 110, I should say, like miles per hour. Like we were moving fast. And there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. And I am a projector in human design. I like rest. I don't want to work 5 days a week. I don't want to have Mondays be like a big call day. And I don't. I purposely in my business, Mondays are like my CEO day where like I have nothing really on as far as calls go, as far as clients goes. Like I really just take that time to like do any back end stuff for my business and maybe do like a facial or a massage or like something that takes care of me. And then I do my calls in the middle of the week. And then Friday I like stop working. I only work for like 2 to 3 hours. And obviously this like depends on where I'm at and what I'm doing and if I'm launching something in business. But like moral of the story here was I really did learn a lot from that experience. And like, I will do my best, because never say never, but I will do my best to never ignore that intuitive no, even if it sounds, the offer sounds incredible. Like, if I get a no, I'm going to turn it down. And I want you to take this and to remember this if there's something in your life that gets brought up that like takes away from what you're doing or what you want to build, just listen to your intuition. And that's with anything. Like if it's a new job, if it's staying where you're at, even though let's say you're in a job and like they tell you, oh, well, we don't want you to leave, so we'll give you more money or we'll give you a raise. And then you're like, well, I still want to leave and I still want to do X, Y, and Z. It's not about the money, because it's not. It's not about the money. It's about what makes you the happiest and what makes you most fulfilled and what makes you feel the best and what works best for you and your schedule and your life and what you want to do with that life, right? So, bottom line here is just trust yourself, trust your intuition, because it is always going to steer you in the right direction. And if you choose not to go with your intuition and you go against it, you're going to learn a very valuable lesson. And my lesson was to, one, fucking bet on myself, like trust myself. I am the only person that's going to have, at the end of the day, at the end of the life we live, it's you, it's you, it's you and you, right? And you've got to live with you and the decisions that you constantly are making on a day-to-day basis. And you want to make sure that you lived your life to the fullest. You want to make sure that you did all the things that you said you wanted to do, right? And if we are constantly going against our intuition, like our higher self knows what's best. And they're going to lead us towards that path that we are meant to fucking live. But if we're not listening and we're constantly going against it, we're going to be steered in the wrong direction. And we're going to end up at the end of the life and we're not going to live it to the extent that we wanted to live it, because we are constantly going against what we think, because we logically think that we know better. No, like when I say I've got my back better than anyone else has my back, that's because I know that my higher self has my back and knows what's best for me, even if I can't logically make it make sense. So number one is trust yourself fully and never go against your intuitive yeses and nos, no matter what, no matter how good it sounds. Number two is don't give up or settle for a life that you know that you are not meant for. Like, do not give up or settle for a life that you know you're not meant for. Do not give up on your life that you know you are meant for, right? At the beginning of this year, I wanted to quit. I was literally looking for part-time work. Like, I was going to go back to bartending so that I could just like get on my feet. And I was thinking about taking a break from all of this because it wasn't going the way that I wanted it to go. And I was like super stressed out. And I was just like, I just need a break, because being an entrepreneur isn't easy. Like, it's great and I love it. And I personally believe that the pros outweigh the cons for sure. But like, sometimes it can get exhausting. It can get really overwhelming. And it's in those moments where you have to really just fucking double down, and you have to trust yourself, and you have to trust that even if you can't see that it's working, that it is working. Higher self, the universe, God, source, whatever word best resonates with you, they have your back, and they are, if you are taking the aligned action that you need to take in order to get the needle moving in the right direction, like you have to trust that it's happening behind the scenes, even if you can't see it. And if you have a desire on your heart, if you have something that you want to build on your heart, to no matter what, like make sure that you never fucking give up. Because here's the thing, if you never give up, you're going to be successful at whatever it is that you're wanting to pursue eventually. Obviously, when you are making those aligned choices, that's going to expedite the process. Investing in yourself, investing in mentorship, investing in skills and programs that will help you hone in on your gifts or whatever it is that you're here to master in this lifetime, and whatever you want to create for yourself in your business, if that's what you want. Just don't give up on yourself, period. Like, if you have a desire that was on your heart for a reason, on purpose, for a purpose, like, you are so deserving of that. The only person that's in your way is yourself. So even when things get fucking hard, double fucking down. Like, double down, because it is possible for you. And I know that sometimes shit gets easy, and I know that sometimes it's easier to just say quit, put your hands up, be like, I'm fucking done, I need a break. But guess what? If you do take that break, just know that it's going to be a lot. This is my own personal perspective, but like, I believe that if you were to quit, it's going to be a lot harder to start back up. So if you were to just be like, okay, I'm going to keep going and not completely give up, but I'm going to keep going and keep making small choices every day that are going to get me where I want to go, like, that's eventually going to lead to you succeeding. But if you just give up and you quit on your dream and what you actually want because you think that it's too hard, or you think that you're not capable, then those are limiting beliefs that you have to work through. You are the only person that's in the way of you and the life that you live now and the life that you actually want to live. So what are you doing to move the needle in the right direction? Are you listening to that inner critic that's telling you that you don't have what it takes? Or are you going to tell it to shut the fuck up, let it know that you've got this, and keep moving the needle forward in the right direction to achieve the things that you want to achieve in this life? You are more than fucking capable. Like I said, the only one that's in your way is your limiting beliefs. Trust that you have that desire in your heart, and you are here to help people in some shape, way, or form that no one else is going to be able to help another person, because you are special and you are unique, and you have your own special set of talents and ways of doing things that nobody else is going to be able to copy. You are the fucking best of the best at what you do, and you have everything that you need to make that life happen for yourself, to achieve the thing that you want to achieve, to get the things that you want to get in life. So that's number 2, is just never settle. Don't fucking give up, no matter how hard it gets. Keep going. Because what's going to happen is your higher self sends you obstacles, right? To prove that you are willing to do what it takes, that you aren't going to give up when it gets hard. And if you aren't willing to push through those obstacles and to take the course, go through the obstacle course, then no, you're not going to get what you want, because you weren't willing to work hard to get it. And nothing good comes easy. So things aren't always going to go as planned. They're not going to be perfect. They're not going to be rainbows and butterflies. But when you consistently are moving and you keep that momentum and you never give up and you're constantly striving to become better, you are going to get to where you want to be. You're going to wake up one day, and it's not going to happen over fucking night, I promise. But you will wake up one day and you will be living the life that you once dreamed about, that you once journaled about, because that's exactly what happened for me. I used to, like, live a life that I wasn't in love with. I was very depressed. I was suicidal. I was anxious. I felt like rock bottom, and I almost gave up multiple times. I'm not here to lie to you. I'm here to tell you that I've almost given up multiple times. But no matter what, I was like, I can't fathom not achieving and obtaining the things that I desire to obtain in this lifetime. That would be a huge disservice, not just to me, but to the people who I'm here to fucking serve. To you listening to this podcast right now, right? What if I did give up? I think about all of the women who I have helped in my 3 years of doing this, all of the change that they've made. What if I gave up? It's not just giving up on my own dream, it's also giving up on sharing this work and helping them see that they are so much more capable than they even can fathom. And if I didn't have that for myself while I was going through this, if I didn't have the mentors, the help, the teachers, the support, the friends, the family, right? If I didn't have any of that, if I just gave up, I wouldn't be where I am today. Period. So don't give up. If you have a dream, don't give up and don't settle. Because if you continuously keep that momentum, you eventually are going to get what you want. And then when you do get what you want, you might spiral and you might feel like you're waiting for the other shoe to drop. But guess what? You have to remind your body that you are capable of living this life, that you can calm your central nervous system down, that you don't have to be in fight or flight anymore, that it gets to be this good, right? It gets to be this good. Of course, this is my life. Of course, I deserve this. Of course, this is happening for me. That's what you have to continuously remind yourself of. When things start to get good, it's not about being afraid of what could happen or if it all just disappeared overnight for some crazy reason, right? It's not about dwelling on that. That's living in fear and scarcity, and we don't live there anymore. It's choosing to trust yourself and trust that it gets to be this good no matter what. Period. And my last one for you guys today is to kind of going into what I was talking about, but like learn how to regulate your nervous system for more expansion when you do start to see the changes in your life that are better than you could have ever imagined. Your nervous system might freak out, especially if you were anything like me, living in fight or flight for years and years and years. Like, it's so crazy the change in yourself when you realize that you're not living in fight or flight anymore. Your mornings become slower. You're not as rushed to get X, Y, or Z done anymore. You don't worry about time. Like, you don't worry about time anymore. Like, it's the weirdest concept. I don't know. Like, time is an illusion. It's just a man-made thing. And I will say that, like, a silly example, but like Bryson's really a strict guy about timing. And if we have to be somewhere at 5 and we got to leave at 4:30, he'll tell me that we have to leave at 4:30 so that I'm ready by 4. But he knows that I'll actually be ready by 4:30 so that we can actually leave on time. Like, but that's because I'm just like, what are we in a rush for? Like, it's gotten to the point where I'm like, there's no more need to rush. Like, we're going to get there. It's going to be great. No one at the function is going to be pissed that we're 20 minutes behind. Like, we're going to get there. We're going to get there and we're going to hang out. We're going to talk and it's going to be great. You know what I'm saying? It drives him crazy, but he'll get on board eventually. But there's this like, there's once you start to calm your central nervous system, once you get it out of fight or flight, there's just this sense of like a deep breath. It's this sense of like feminine flow. It's not to say that I'm not still, have a routine and have the way like that I do things. Like, of course, the feminine without masculine is just pure chaos, right? So we've got to have both, but like in a way that's balanced, in a way that feels good for us. And if you are working towards something, like working towards a life that lights you the fuck up, working towards creating the freedom, the joy, the peace, the happiness in your life that you are wanting to create, and then you get it. And then your body goes, holy fuck, what is this feeling? Right? It's almost like foreign. you've got to remind your body that you are safe, you are loved, you are protected, you are supported, because you are. But your body doesn't know that. Your body doesn't know if it's being chased by a fucking bear or if you're late to your workout class. Like, it just doesn't. If you are putting yourself in that fight or flight and then you get out of it, you've got to, your mind, it runs faster than your nervous system does. You have to constantly remind your body and your nervous system that you are safe, you are loved, you are supported, no matter what. Because you are. And everything is always going to be okay. And everything always works out better than you could have imagined. And you figure it out no matter how hard it gets. You figure it out because you do. You always do. You always will. Period. But a big thing that helped me sustain what I've sustained, as opposed to going from back in 2023 and 4, it was kind of like a roller coaster of like, some months were really great, some months were fucking shit, and I was stressed. And then there was 6 months of me being stressed and not, barely making enough to cover the bills and keep the business running. And that was scary. And so when everything started to change and everything stayed more consistent, I was like, what have I been doing differently? And it's the nervous system work. It's the reminding my body that I am safe, I am seen, I am loved, I am protected, I am supported. It is doing the breath work. It is doing the meditating. It is doing the stretching. It is being intentional with my day while also still allowing my feminine flow, right? It's clearing the fear of waiting for the other fucking shoe to drop, because it gets to be this fucking good. And when that does happen, I would start to do the nervous system work now. Do it now so that when you do achieve what you desire to achieve and create the life that you want to create, you're not afraid of all of it disappearing the next day. Because that's not a fun place to be. And you're stressing yourself out for literally no fucking reason. Anxiety is just fear of the future. So like, what are you afraid of? What are you afraid of? And how can you clear that fear? What would happen if that did happen? How would it be the best fucking thing for you? How would it be perfect? What would have to happen for that thing to happen? Don't do that. How would you figure it out no matter what? Because you always do. What would you do if it did happen? These are all questions that you've got to ask yourself. If you are afraid of something, how would it be okay? How would it be a learning lesson? How would you come out the other end of it fucking stronger than ever? Right? Calm your central nervous system. Get out of fight or flight. Learn what fight and flight and fawn mean. Learn how to calm your central nervous system. I teach all of this inside of Devoted, which doors are going to be opening for that in March. So get on the wait list. I'll put the wait list in the show notes below. But you want to learn how to regulate your central nervous system. That was a huge thing that I learned how to do this year. That has made the world of a difference in my life. So that's my tips. Those are my tips for 2025. Those are my lessons that I learned from 2025. And I hope that they help you. I hope that you have an incredible New Year's. I am so grateful. I cannot believe this is our 3rd year doing the podcast. And if you have been here for a while, thank you for being a loyal listener. If you are new here, welcome. Please stick around. We've got some exciting things coming for you in 2026. And I cannot wait for a new year of even more blessings, even more expansion, even more of everything. Just 2026, it's our year for more. Claim it. And it's yours. And so it is. All right, guys. Thank you so much for listening. I love you. And as always, we will chat soon. Bye. Thanks so much for tuning in to today's episode of Intuitive Flow with Mikaela Filar. If this lit something up inside of you, make sure you hit that follow button so you never miss another episode. We have new episodes coming out every week. If you love what you heard, drop a 5-star rating and review or share it with a family member or friend so that this podcast can grow and help more women rise. For more on self-love, self-image, intuition, and manifestation, come hang out with me on Instagram or TikTok at Mikaela Filar. The links are all in the show notes below. And as always, we will chat soon.